Hey, it's the Empire, Boxing Empire, back to boxing. Now, man, there's a petition going around just to have Tyson Fury left glove investigated, at least in the first two fights. You can clearly see his glove flopping around in the first two fights, and it's wild, man. I mean, there's this guy called Young Pharaoh on YouTube, and he's sort of a prominent YouTuber. He actually, his whole niche is religion and talking about history. His thing is not even boxing, but he exposed so much about DEONTAY Wilder. I mean, about this DEONTAY Wilder-Tyson Fury fight, that he basically said that it's extremely convenient to have the media completely ignore this Tyson Fury glovegate thing. You can't deny the suspiciousness of Tyson Fury's glove. Not only that, you see Ricky Hatton pulling Tyson Fury's glove down during the match. You have Tyson Fury admit to dipping his hand in petrol, doing this before the fight happened. He's saying there's this old tradition that bare knuckle fighters do, which is dip their hand in petrol, which will toughen your bones in your hands so you can hit harder, which I'm pretty sure gives you an enhanced advantage over someone who doesn't do something like that. That's why Tyson Fury does it in the first place, right? I'm pretty sure that could be illegal. It's enhancing your body outside its normal means, right? So, you know, there's just so many realities and so much evidence that came out their own mouth about Tyson Fury trying to do things to get the advantage, and no one's talking about it. Now, it's crazy because Tyson Fury has another lawsuit going on with UCAD to try to avoid the investigation by not getting his own license. Yeah, you know, this guy, and he's basically opted to not get the UCAD license to not get investigated. So we know this guy's a cheater. And people at this point, I mean, they don't really care about boxing at this point, man. I mean, the evidence is damning. It's there, it's evident, and it's blatant. And the fact that people are saying things like, oh, Tyson Fury is smart for ducking the UCAD case, ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But there is this petition going out against Tyson Fury, man. And, you know, if UCAD doesn't do some kind of investigation, or UCAD, I'm talking about VADA, doesn't do some kind of investigation, then there's most likely going to be a lawsuit, man. You can't have 10, 15,000 people signing a petition to get this guy, you know, just the basic investigation. That's the whole reason why they exist. You know, VADA and, or not VADA, but there's some kind of commission that checks the safety of fighters, or I can't think of the name right now. But still, you know, it's just crazy that this is happening and that no one's really talking about it, or at least if there's evidence to say otherwise, that there's no investigation going on. You know, people like T.D. Atlas even weighed in, and he was trying to say something like, yeah, you know, his glove was floppy, but I mean, how much of an advantage would that really be? You know, so on one hand, he admits it, but on the other hand, he says that, well, it doesn't really matter if he did because that's not really going to help, you know? So to say that someone's cheating and saying that their cheating ways doesn't benefit them, it nullifies the point. The point of the matter is you should have been doing that in the first place. And like I said earlier, T.D. Atlas, I mean, the guy is an older gentleman, and he probably doesn't have all the information that there is in boxing. And like I said earlier, there's evidence of, and there's video proof of Tyson Fury saying he dips his hand in petrol. So while someone's hitting someone with their hands, and otherwise they think it might hurt their hands, Tyson Fury is dipping his hands in petrol to strengthen his hands so he can do something like that. So, you know, people don't have all the evidence there and say, yeah, you know what, I could hurt my hand, but I'm dipping my hand in some substance that makes my hand stronger than it otherwise would be. So, you know, the evidence is shocking, man. We're gonna see how this whole thing plays out. There's a lot of people wanting to sue him. You know, understand this. There's a lot of people on YouTube talking about it, but there's a lot of people who aren't on YouTube who have a lot of money who wanted a fair fight and didn't pay for it. So there could be lawsuits that are pending that just aren't public. You know, just everything doesn't have to be on YouTube or Twitter or something like that for it to be going on. It can be offline. You know, I know personally some people that are trying to get together some money and get a lot of people together to sue Tyson Fury about this whole, or whoever they got to sue for this whole left-hand glovegate thing. And this is crazy. And the mainstream media isn't talking about it. It makes it even more suspect. Whether you agree with it or not, why isn't the mainstream media talking about it? I mean, the mainstream media talked about Wilder wearing a 40-pound vest, and the reason why he lost the fight is because of a vest. So if they can talk about that, they can talk about this Tyson Fury glove flopping around in the middle of a fight which millions of people are watching around the world. You know, to simply ignore the fact is it's not only racially biased. I mean, it's so blatant. It spells, you know, it spells some kind of collusion. You know, it's obvious it's collusion. And I keep talking about how ESPN, you know, they're a part of Tyson Fury, and the reason why he got that deal in the first place. ESPN is the biggest sports network in America. And if ESPN doesn't want you talking, no one's going to talk. So this is a really big deal, and I think if whoever gets sued about this this Glovegate thing, it needs to be not just it could be a crime. You know, people are saying that Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder with the glove not on in multiple fights, you know, it's basically like it's flopping around. He can like push it in and push it out when he wants to. That can be considered assault. And this guy is an American, so that's like a federal crime. You know, it can be to the point where this guy can be investigated, and it can be outside the means of traditional boxing investigators or whoever fuck is control of all that stuff, right? I mean, this guy is a foreigner, and he's beating people with his bare knuckles, and he's admitting how he's doing it and how he's strengthening his hands before he does it. This stuff is mind-boggling, man. Yeah, man, but there's this petition going on, man. I have a link in the description so you guys can cite yourself, man. The fact that the mainstream media isn't talking about it, the fact that there's no investigation going on is shocking. Now, all people want is a due process, a fair due process. We can't even get that, you know? We see something wrong, you want it done, right? It's like watching a crime happen outside your window. You see something happen, and everyone in the world's pretending like nothing's happening. That's wrong. All people are asking for is investigation. But anyway, let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Pending petition going on for Tyson Fury. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.